Greetings from Strasbourg, where autumn has set in. The headlines. Labour conference shows the party united for the many, not the few, ready to take over from the infighting Tories. European Parliament gives much needed wake-up call to the Tory government. On Brexit negotiations, get on with it. MEPs adopt a landmark report on India, and EU and India leaders meet to boost ties. And global outrage over atrocities committed against Rohingya continues. Like many of you who attended the party conference in Brighton last week, I was inspired by a strong and united Labour Party getting ready to take over from the Tories, debilitated by infighting. While Hammond's strong economy means 4 million children living in poverty, homelessness doubled and nurses reliant on food banks to survive, we stand as one behind the goal of getting the economy and the NHS back on track. On Brexit, we're not much the wiser. Only promised 3 decades of damage to UK's economy, according to internal government documents. That's why a government minister was saying, we either destroy our country or we destroy our party. Labour offers much needed responsibility and clarity by adopting official policy to ensure we avoid a Brexit cliff edge. Jobs and economy must come first. That means rejecting no deal and putting much greater priority on retaining benefits of single market and customs union. We don't want to be faced with tariffs of 30 to 40% on dairy and meat and 10% on cars. This would deliver a devastating blow for business, not least in the West Midlands. I will be discussing these issues and others with Keir Starmer on Friday in Birmingham. A fortnight after, Prime Minister May jetted off to Florence to deliver a speech that didn't contribute a great deal. MEPs voted on a resolution setting out the state of play on Brexit. It was a wake-up call to May's government that time is ticking away and little has been achieved. Colleagues from many different member states have been raising concerns about the rights of UK citizens in their countries and vice versa, offering protection where our government fails to do so. While our Brexit Minister, David Davis, already his mind set on retirement, 1.2 million of our citizens living in the EU are left in the dark on whether their rights will get sorted. The same for 3 million of our European friends and colleagues and loved ones living in the UK. The future of people's families on both sides are a priority for my party. Meanwhile, in the EU, life goes on, with or without government, backed by booming growth in the Eurozone that is now outpacing that of the US. Commission President Juncker set out his vision for Europe last month, announcing a series of initiatives on investment, cybersecurity, industry, data and democracy. He also kicked off a new trade push starting with Australia and New Zealand. Things are looking up for EU-India ties as well, following a landmark report showing the way forward adopted by this House last month. EU and India leaders will be following up with concrete proposals in Delhi this Friday. Keep an eye on my Twitter for more information. Strong international relations are key, not in the least to effectively add crises such as the atrocities committed against the Rohingya minority in Myanmar. 500,000 Rohingya and counting have fled large-scale violence in Rakhine State over the past weeks, referred to by the UN Human Rights Chief as a textbook example of ethnic cleansing. Labour has been leading on this in the Parliament, where I negotiated a resolution last month calling for measures to press for humanitarian access and overcome the blockage in the UN Security Council, where China continues to shield Myanmar from meaningful action. We also need to work together more with the countries in Southeast Asia to stop atrocities. I have been stepping up contacts with colleagues in ASEAN to do exactly this. Thanks, that's all for now. Goodbye.